Our existing precedence database, which we call the Advanced Standing Database, wasn't meeting our requirements. We had many complaints from the faculties about the way that it worked, the amount of data that you could extract from it, that it rolled the data over every year. We didn't have a full picture of all of the precedence that was taking place, and what we were finding is that faculties weren't maintaining the data, which meant that the precedent was out of date, and when students were making inquiries over the web to see what credit they might obtain, the information was incorrect or missing. Added to that, we also had an audit, an internal audit and an external audit that reviewed the way advanced standing was managed in the university, and there were several recommendations that came out of it, and one of them was that we needed a new advanced standing database.
We have an existing system that was built by one faculty in business and economics that catered purely for their faculty, and in needing to roll it out on an enterprise-wide basis, we had to find a solution. So we looked at the possibility of extending what they'd had built, and it proved to be very difficult. We needed a system that allowed students to query precedence decisions that were given by the university in a very transparent way. And we needed a centralised, combined data sharing functionality to do it.
There was an overwhelming support from the university to use Callista software services, and the main reason for that was to have that product, the precedence database, incorporated into the core product of the Callista student management system. And the benefits of that are that we'd have the system maintained by Callista, we'd have full support by Callista, and we knew that it would work whenever we upgraded Callista to a new release.
When we looked at the requirements, there were two components. There were credit precedents and admission precedents, so the entry requirements into a course. The existing business and economics application had this additional requirement of what would the entry precedent be for a course, and they were very keen to continue with that application, that ability, that functionality. So we had to make sure like for like existed. There was three of us that went into the model and undertook this accelerated development together, which was Charles Darwin, Edith Cowan and ourselves.
This was the first time that I'd worked with Callista on an accelerated development project, but it was a seamless process. We had a project manager appointed, business analysts that came to Perth to host the workshops. We had all of our stakeholders attend and provide requirements. It went very smoothly. They had tight deadlines and strict deadlines that we had to meet. We had regular meetings. So they always communicated to me early as the chair of the project board. There were scope issues from time to time and some budget issues as well, but they were resolved quickly and in a timely manner, and the project was delivered on time and on budget. The big advantage of this system over our previous advanced standing system was a lower cost of ownership, improved support and a sustainable solution.
The outcome has been really good. There were 3 different institutional views put into the thinking, and it really has met the needs of institutions, and those who weren't as part of the development have now been looking at it, and the compliments have come back that it actually does meet the needs of users without too many amendments.
We've been really happy with the precedence database. There's been a few enhancements that we've noted along the way as we've rolled it out to the faculties and to the schools, and we're going to be putting those in place in the near future. Students
are now quite discerning in the way they want to go around and find information and choose which university they can go to. And they will visit website to website to see how much credit they can get for their previous study. So it's essential that we can present that information in a way that will attract them to the university and ultimately encourage them to study with us. If I had to make the choice again today to find the vendor that was going to supply the precedence database, I would make the same decision.